In a small town, there lived a young entrepreneur named Will. Will was like many aspiring innovators, he was bursting with the next big idea. Whenever inspiration struck, he couldn't wait to share it. He would head to the local coffee shop, jump on social media, or pitch his concepts to anyone who would listen. "I'm going to build a revolutionary app," he'd tell his friends. "I'm going to launch the most sustainable clothing brand in the state," he'd declare at a community gathering. People would smile, offer high fives, and say, "That's awesome, man. You're going to crush it." Feeling validated and successful, Will would go home happy. But the next morning, when the actual grind, the tedious, unglamorous work, began, his initial spark would fade. He'd start, get frustrated, and eventually put the project aside to chase the next shiny idea. Year after year, he had a graveyard of half-finished projects. One evening, feeling burnt out while watching the sunset at the local park, he met an elderly mentor known for his wisdom. Will finally opened up about his frustration. "Why do I always fail right when things should be taking off?" The mentor listened quietly and then proposed a simple experiment. The next morning, he led Will to an open field where two identical oil lamps sat on a wooden table. He placed a glass dome over one lamp, shielding it from the breeze. The other remained exposed to the open air. He lit both. Initially, they burned with the same bright flame. "Meet me back here at sunset," the mentor said. When they returned, the result was stark. The lamp left in the open had flickered and fought against the wind all day, leaving it barely smoldering. The lamp under the glass dome, however, burned steady, strong, and bright. "The wind is like public opinion," the mentor explained. "When you announce your goals too early, the opinions, praise, and expectations of others are like the wind. They scatter your energy. You feel satisfied by the applause before you've even done the work, and by the time you need to push through the hard parts, your fuel is already gone." Will realized he had been trading real progress for cheap validation. He decided to change. A few weeks later, he had a new idea for a handcrafted furniture piece. This time, he didn't post about it. He didn't tell his friends. He simply went to his garage, day after day. When the wood warped or the design didn't fit, he didn't have the wind of other people's opinions to distract him, he just had the work. He learned through failure, iterated in silence, and kept showing up. When he finally finished the piece, it was better than anything he had ever made. When a neighbor stopped by and asked in surprise, "Wow, when did you build this? I haven't heard you mention a project in months." Will simply smiled. "I wanted to make sure it was finished before I talked about it," he replied. He realized that dreams don't need a loud announcement, they need a quiet, protected space to grow until they are strong enough to stand on their own.
If this resonated with you, share it with someone who feels like they're stuck in the dark right now. And for more stories that shift your perspective, subscribe to 60 Heads. Keep growing.